Il Covid, la guerra in Ucraina, lo shock energetico e l'inflazione. Negli ultimi 5 anni l'economia europea è stata scossa da una serie di crisi.
Nobody would have predicted that we could have had 2 black swans in a row.
Il y a eu énormément de crises et on a su relever finalement les défis.
I think this mandate was a success for Europe.
So as Europeans get ready to go to the ballot box, in this episode we're assessing the EU's economic performance and prospects. How can the bloc boost growth and productivity? Is the Green Deal still on track? And do trading relationships with countries like China need a reset? Welcome to Realeconomy. In a moment, I'll speak to some of the key political players trying to steer Europe's economic destiny. But before all that, here's our crash course.
La pandemia e la guerra in Ucraina hanno definito la politica dell'Unione Europea negli ultimi 5 anni. Next Generation EU, un piano da 800 miliardi di euro, è stata una risposta economica senza precedenti. Impiegato per accelerare la ripresa post-pandemia e la transizione verde e digitale del blocco, ha visto gli Stati membri emettere debito comune per la prima volta. Il Covid ha anche costretto Bruxelles ad abbandonare temporaneamente i suoi paletti fiscali. Da allora, molti Stati membri hanno accumulato un debito da record, un problema aggravato nel 2022 dallo shock energetico e dall'elevata inflazione. Le regole di spesa riformate di recente puntano a riportare il debito gradualmente sotto controllo. Ma con i fondi post-pandemia destinati a terminare nel 2026, la domanda che ci si pone è se l'Europa avrà i soldi necessari per investire e competere in futuro.
What started with a virus so small your eyes couldn't see it has become an economic crisis so big that you simply cannot miss it.
Dopo la pandemia l'Unione Europea ha emesso per la prima volta debito comune. Il pacchetto di aiuti è parte del piano Next Generation EU. Come vedono gli eurodeputati questo strumento finanziario? Lo considerano un progetto di successo per il futuro o dovrebbe tornare ad essere un tabù economico?
On n'aurait jamais pensé que, vous savez, dans cette guerre entre les frugaux et les pays du Club Med, on puisse s'entendre sur, pour la première fois, et c'est historique, un endettement en commun.
I see Next Gen EU as a prototype, and it's important that the prototype flies well so that we can indeed make it permanent.
A new investment mechanism must be created after Next Generation EU to invest on climate transition, on digital transition, on European pillar of social rights, on defense.
Right now, if you have highly indebted countries, but they are able to tap in to this new box of Pandora, which is European common debt, when they are able to tap into that, well, it creates a whole new ballgame when it comes to finances. So we believe that it's a mistake and we should not go down that road.
Qual è la posizione della Commissione? Potrebbe utilizzare nuovamente questi strumenti economici?
How can we participate to the global race for clean technologies, to the challenges of competitiveness, without a single euro of common financing? I think this is honestly impossible.
Le regole fiscali recentemente riviste mirano a ridurre il debito accumulato durante la pandemia. È previsto il ritorno alle vecchie soglie, 3% per il deficit e 60% per il debito pubblico, ma agli Stati membri è stata concessa una maggiore flessibilità sulle modalità di riduzione del debito. Considerando che i finanziamenti post-pandemia termineranno nel 2026, ci sarà abbastanza denaro per finanziare progetti come la transizione verde?
On the debt side, you know, we are struggling a lot with this. Nobody knows in this moment of time how to pay the interest rates. That's why that means interest opportunities for the next generation to invest. We need economic growth. That's the power base of Europe, that we are economically strong and we have to restart the engine.
As a whole, we can't say that the problem of the EU and the euro area is that we have a too high debt. It's a problem from single member states. We have to address it. We have common rules, but at the same time, we have to compete at global level.
If you want the investments that are needed for the green transition, for digital, for defense and all the rest of it to happen, Yes, we will need to borrow because not all of it will be able to be funded by cuts elsewhere or by new taxes. And indeed, some of it should be national borrowing and some of it should be joint borrowing by the European Union.
The idea that you support public investment through the EU level, I think, will plausibly stick around, because if not, we can probably give up on the Green Deal.
Un altro tema caldo è quello del commercio con la Cina. Bruxelles ha accusato Pechino di sovvenzionare settori chiave e di limitare l'accesso ai propri mercati. Per ora la politica della Commissione europea è stata quella di ridurre i rischi legati al rapporto con la Cina.
Ce doit être du win-win, gagnant-gagnant. Surtout, l'Union européenne doit arrêter la naïveté. La relation doit être une relation de partenaires commerciaux et bien évidemment continuer à travailler avec des partenaires à partir du moment où ils acceptent nos règles.
Let's go and try to talk to the Chinese how we can really create, how we can make agreements, and we should also accept that one country is maybe more competitive in maybe building electric vehicles, maybe building solar panels or wind turbines. Well, if the Chinese are willing to pay for our energy transition, by all means, then we can focus our resources on other areas.
To compete with other economic areas, we must be a bloc, an economic bloc. And for it, we must be sure that the internal market can work on this direction.
The first thing is stop being naive. I mean, China is protectionist, US are protectionist, and then we would say, okay, well, we should not restrict access to our market because they will restrict access to theirs. They are restricting access to theirs.
We have to keep the economic ties, so nobody wants to stop them, but we have to rebalance that. And in such a strategic battle with the Chinese, we should be ready to defend our markets.
Viste le enormi sfide che l'Europa ha affrontato di recente, qual è il quadro economico attuale?
Inflation is coming down. The ECB is, expecting to get back to target sooner, and they are also expecting to loosen sometime in the coming quarter. And so there is sort of a sense that there will be a turnaround in the summer, and the main driver here is that real incomes are recovering, with inflation coming down, wages catching up.
Reaction to the pandemic was unprecedented. The SURE mechanism, Next Generation EU. The reaction to the war was also unprecedented. The unity on sanctions, on the political reaction, on the decoupling from Russian gas. But if 2024 will see an acceleration of the activity, I think we will conclude that we were able to address these two black swans in the right way.